Welcome to my channel, INTJ Island. Today I'm going to talk about being a private INTJ. This month marks the second anniversary of the passing of my wonderful ESTP wife of 45 years. It has been the darkest 2 years of my life. This time has allowed me to see my place in the world more clearly. I have found that I have no friends who come to visit me. Family has gradually drifted away to the point where I can go a month or more without seeing any of them face to face. Bit by bit, I find that I am spending more and more time writing about my own created world of Attis in a galaxy far removed from the Milky Way. I seem to be falling into a similar pattern to the one I lived out in my childhood. I was an only child, and my father had a drinking problem, which kept my mother focused on that most of the time. They both did nice things for me, and I never felt like they didn't love me, but it played out where I spent the vast majority of my time all alone. Whether that came naturally to me or I just grew to like it that way, I don't know. But I never pined for having siblings or felt terribly lonely. I found things to do to occupy my time. And here I am again. When Dottie died, I found out just how much she had opened up my world all of those years. I was around people, and we had things to do because she made them happen. She was my better half in many ways. To the outside world, she was the present under the tree, and I was the lump of coal in the stocking on Christmas morning. With email and being able to send some very short videos to family members, I'm not completely cut off from the outside world, but I spend the vast majority of my time completely alone inside of my own head. Why don't I long to be out and around other people? I'm always trying to figure myself out. Is it because I was born that way and content to be alone? Was I squashed as a child into a deformed mindset? Or is it perfectly normal the way I came out into the world when freshly minted? Being retired means I don't have a job to go to, which would force me into socializing. For a number of years, my only real social interactions were with Dottie. That was more than enough for me. She was my best friend, and I never was one who needed more than one truly good friend. Now, if I get an idea that I think is interesting, I will either pass it along with a short video or two on Messenger, or I write it down in an email. Dottie set up Messenger for me years ago on my phone so I could talk with my granddaughter. Now I use it for videos to family members. Dottie's twin sister and her husband have been in daily contact with me with videos. It is a joint bond of mutual loss. Losing a twin sister is an especially difficult kind of loss. Dottie's younger brother is in sync with me politically, so I can rant my ideas to him without getting banned or attacked. I find that very helpful. Ideas and observations seem to build up a pressure inside of my head, and I have to let them out. Whether it is writing them in an email or into my book, or talking about them in videos, it helps to put them into words. It relieves the feeling that I'm going to pop if I don't let the ideas out. Of course, YouTube is dead set against full expression of ideas that are not politically allowed today. They use the term politically correct, but what the phrase really means is politically allowed. You are free to speak and to think, but only as long as you stay within the boundaries laid down by the ones in charge. So, ranting out my ideas freely on YouTube would be a short-lived venture. My mind doesn't play well inside an iron fence. It's a shame because I could have been making lots of content the past few months. But we have to accept the world we are handed if we want to engage with it at all. As I used to often say, it wouldn't be like this if I were king. In any case, I am in a groove, or a rut if you prefer. My days are uniform. I wake up usually quite early in the day, and I write something, either a long-winded email or a chapter in my book. There are currently 235 chapters in my large tome, holding over 550,000 words. Over the past year, I have done a lot of trimming and rewriting, and I have cut it down into the 400,000 word area before it began to grow again. I am planning to divide it up into 6 books in the end. Books 1, 3, and 4 are already up over 100,000 words each. The others still need a lot of work, but they are all between 50,000 and 100,000 words so far. Writing is sort of a black hole for my time, and I have to put my time somewhere, right? Sooner or later, time will run out, and I can join Dottie in an urn beside hers. Another thing about being alone. It allows me to inspect the goings-on around the world in a way that would be like a geologist walking alone with his hammer, looking over an uninhabited landscape and finding ways to puzzle out what the rocks are trying to tell him. It is him and the landscape. There is a freedom in that. How could that strata have come to be in that position? How could that granite intrusion have happened? My mind is always bubbling over with ideas and theories, even though my heart tells me that my life ended 2 years ago. It is a very strange arrangement and leads me into rather odd changes throughout my day. It is like walking from a brightly lit room in your home and into a dark hallway where the light has burned out and you don't have a spare bulb. Such is the private life of this INTJ today. Summer is coming on, and I'm hoping that I can get down to the batting cages this year and take a few swings with my bat and see if I can still hit a ball at age 71. Wish me luck. Feel free to like and subscribe if you're so inclined. If you click on the bell, you will also receive notifications when I put up a new video. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll see you next time.